Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Are you busy during the week and have no time to go to the credit union to access your loans? Do you wish there were more days available to you? We can help. Our Loan Saturday is back by popular demand this and every Saturday at the GUT Credit Union Grandance Branch, Excel Plaza. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing that you have access to your credit union even on a weekend. So come on in and take advantage of our services every Saturday. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Good evening. This is Network News for Tuesday, November 22, 2022. In the headlines, loss and damage call at COP27 seemingly answered. Messages of hope are being inscribed as part of 16 days of activism. Another family is reeling while calls are being made for blood donation for road accident victim. Grenada Postal Corporation appoints an interim chairman. In Around the Globe regionally, Commission of Inquiry hears last words of the 5 men in Paria diving tragedy in Trinidad. Internationally, Japan begins investigation into church in wake of Shinzo Abe killing. Plus, in the sports news, one of the World Cup's biggest shocks, while Waikiki Super Knockout football tournament heads into the semi-final stage. Stay with us, we'll be back in a moment.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue. Available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. Grenada was among countries at the just concluded United Nations Climate Change Conference, COP27, agreeing to the establishment of a funding mechanism to compensate vulnerable nations for loss and damage from climate-induced disasters. Beverly Telesford followed COP27 and has this report.
Several leaders had been repeatedly clamoring for measures to address loss and damage for the past decade, and this topic was prevalent in almost every address, especially from the heads of countries within the vulnerable regions at this year's COP27. It included Grenada's Climate Resilience Minister Karine James and Executive Secretary of the UNFCCC, Simon Steele. While the agreement to establish the fund is a welcomed initiative, there have been agreements in the past which have not gone beyond the agreement phase. Case in point is the Paris Agreement, which was supposed to signal the serious intention of developed countries to provide technical assistance with addressing loss. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, in a video message issued from the conference venue, expressed hope that with this new agreement, though it is not enough, a sense of trust can be redeemed among the countries experiencing the worst effects of climate change.
From the beginning, this conference has been driven by 2 overriding themes: justice and ambition. Justice for those on the front lines who did so little to cause the crisis, including the victims of the recent floods in Pakistan that inundated 1/3 of the country. Ambition to keep the 1.5-degree goal alive and pull humanity back from the climate cliff. This COP has taken an important step towards justice. I welcome the decision to establish a loss and damage fund and to operationalize it in the coming period. Clearly, this will not be enough. but it is a much-needed political signal to rebuild broken trust.
Guterres spoke of new steps toward climate justice, which must be taken in order for promises to be fulfilled. He said an agreement is one thing, but action is what is needed, given the direction the world is heading regarding climate change.
Justice should also mean several other things. Finally making good on the long-delayed promise of $100 billion a year in climate finance for developing countries. Clarity and a credible roadmap to double adaptation finance. Changing the business models of multilateral development banks and international financial institutions. They must accept more risk and systematically leverage private finance for developing countries at reasonable costs. But let's be clear, our planet is still in the emergency room. We need to drastically reduce emissions now, and this is an issue this COP did not address. A fund for loss and damage is essential, but it's not an answer if the climate crisis washes a small island state off the map or turns an entire African country to desert.
The Secretary General reiterated the call for the world to lower its emissions and make better climate-smart choices.
To have any hope of keeping to 1.5, we need to massively invest in renewables and end our addiction to fossil fuels. We must avoid an energy scramble in which developing countries finish last, as they did in the race for COVID-19 vaccines. Doubling down on fossil fuels is double trouble. The Just Energy Transition partnerships are important pathways to accelerate the phasing out of coal and scaling up renewables. But we need much more. That is why I am pushing so hard for a climate solidarity pact. A pact in which all countries make an extra effort to reduce emissions this decade in line with 1.5-degree goal. A pact to mobilize, together with the international financial institutions and the private sector, financial and technical support for large emerging economies to accelerate their renewable energy transition. This is essential to keep the 1.5-degree limit within reach and for everyone to play their part.
During his closing remarks at Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt, UNFCCC Executive Secretary Simon Steele said they have finally determined a way forward to addressing a conversation on funding for loss and damage, which has been ongoing for years. The COP27 UN climate talks began on Sunday, November 6th and convened on Friday, November 18, 2022. For GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Well, government ministers are inscribing messages of hope in an attempt to end violence against women and girls. 16 days of activism begin on Friday. We get the rest of the details in this Christina John report.
The Clothesline Initiative, Messages of Hope for Survivors of Domestic Violence. It forms part of the 16 days of activism. The Ministry of Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs commemorates its 16 days of activism to end violence against women and girls from November 25th to December 10th. This morning's event, held on the ground floor of the ministerial complex, was designed to involve the ministers inscribing on T-shirts messages they would like to see displayed within the individual ministries. Narlisa Lord, Gender Program Development Officer, explained the significance of having messages written by the public on these T-shirts that will be displayed. She notes that a number of individuals have lost their lives through domestic violence this year, hence the public's involvement.
The Clothesline Project is an initiative that was done in Massachusetts, in America, in 1990, where a group of members decided to write the Ending Violence Against Women and Girls and have it within their state as a way of having to show the message that violence, having anyone die by violence at all, is not acceptable, having to go for zero tolerance. And we decided this year to adopt the same initiative. The reason why we decided to have the message is because, you know, most times we talk about it, but there's not enough action. And so by having to have persons write the message, they kind of take the ownership of writing what they want to see, and having to see it pinned up in the public is a way of having to say, you know what, that's what I would like to see happen, you know, and have others see the same message so you could impact them as to how violence have affected everyone across the board, but in this case, specifically women and girls.
Ms. Lord added that this is a prelude to 3 other activities.
There's a three follow-up activities within this period. The second one would be on the 25th, which is the launch of 16 Days of Activism. It's going to be at the St. George's bus terminus. and it literally means what it says, a clothesline. So we'll be pinning up a clothesline at the bottom rail and at the top rail of the terminus, and we'll be placing the t-shirts that is painted by the public as well as the ones that are painted here now, and would be displaying the messages to end violence against women and girls.
The program officer says it is also a voice for women presently in a situation of domestic violence.
Very much indeed. It's also giving them a voice. I mean, that's the main purpose, I would think, also, is to give them that voice. You know, because it's anonymous. You can put whatever the message that you want there. You don't have to put no name or anything like that. And it's a way of having to air their voice, having to say, you know what, I don't like what's happening to me. I'd like it to stop. You know, stop the cycle of abuse continuing for my daughter, for my sister, for my niece, you know. It's the entire public, including the employees of the ministerial complex as well, because we'd like everyone to be on board this year.
Christina John, GBN News.
Grenada has recorded yet another road accident, which resulted in one male being hospitalized at the General Hospital. This is what we know. Members of the Royal Grenada Police Force are asking motorists to be more responsible when driving on the nation's roads. Rena Pitt Thomas tells us more.
When GBN visited the scene of an accident on Tuesday morning, officers attached to the traffic department were already there gathering information on what occurred. The incident, which happened during the morning rush hour, involved two vehicles and resulted in one man sustaining injuries. According to an eyewitness, while a young man was standing on the sidewalk waiting for his ride for work, a vehicle collided with another, flipped over, hitting the man at the side of the road.
Right up there, and the vehicle, van, you see the map there? This van was there, so he was trying to move away from the bus. The bus had stopped to pick up passengers, and then he was moving off, and the guy just come from the back, hit him. He passed here, this vehicle passed right here, but he hit the wall, the front part of the step there, and he flipped, and then he ended up knocking because he hit the wall, the front wall there. The guy was still standing on the second tread of this wall there.
Officers attached to the Community Relations Department also confirmed that one female, Ruth Phillip, lost her life while her male companion is hospitalized due to a vehicle accident that happened sometime around 3 a.m. last Saturday in Grandans Valley. According to the police, the male victim is unconscious with his both legs broken, and he also has spinal issues. No charges were laid on the driver of the vehicle as yet. Officer Troy Paul, attached to the traffic department, at a press conference last Friday, spoke of some of the frequent factors that are the cause of accidents in Grenada so far.
Responsibility this morning is to speak to you on the many issues that the traffic department faces. And the Yuletide season is here, and with no exception, the traffic department has its responsibility. And we're here to make our roads safe for all road users. Notwithstanding, we also have our challenges around this period, where we have one of those being traffic congestion being one, and also a height in the number of accidents on our nation's road. To start, I will start with some of the statistics for the year 2022 as it relates to accidents for the state of Grenada. So far, we have a total of 2,428 road accidents. Out of those, we have 7 which resulted in road fatality. For the year, compared to the year 2021, for this period, we had 2,159. So we already see an excess of 269 road accidents. That is way too much, and one accident is too many in terms of a lot of factors.
The officer also gave an update on accidents recorded so far for the year.
Speeding, the excessive use of alcohol, driving under the influence, distracted driving, using cell phones and other distractions while you're driving on our road, tailgating, driving too close to the vehicle in front of you, and we also seen mechanical defects in vehicles, brake failures and other parts of the vehicle that causes it to stopping mechanism and other mechanical aspect which causes a vehicle to lose control, etc.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pitt Thomas reporting.
Meanwhile, Kerman Thomas is in urgent need of blood. Thomas is currently warded in the intensive care unit at the General Hospital. He's one of two individuals who was knocked down by a motor vehicle in the wee hours of Saturday morning close to his home in Grandin's Valley, St. George. Ruth Phillip, who was together with him, did not survive the accident. According to relatives, he is in a critical condition and unable to speak. He suffered 2 broken legs, a fractured rib, and injuries to his head. His family is seeking the public's assistance in providing him O-negative blood to accommodate his surgery.
He was asking for blood or whatever because they say he have to do the surgery. We send out whatever we could send, to get help to give him the blood, and he's O positive. So we just asking people, whoever could help, whatever, to come and help us give the blood before he gets to finish do the surgery.
Anyone who is interested in donating O-negative blood to Kerman can go to the lab at the General Hospital. Please inform the technician of the name of the individual to whom you'd like to donate blood. Once more, his name is Kerman Thomas. We wish him the best. Network News still ahead from us. New interim chairman for Grenada Postal Corporation. Stay with us.
My name is Robert Bristol. I'm the CEO of Bristol's Pest Caribbean, and Oasis Pet and Garden. I became a member of Ariza in 2016. What I like the most about Ariza Credit Union is the level of hospitality, to me the humility of the staff, and the willingness of the staff to communicate with you on a one-on-one level. Ariza have helped me over the years by trusting me in the beginning when I started my small business. They gave me my first vehicle loan and also a little bit of extra cash to help my first business to get started. And from ever since, they supported me by giving me little loans when I needed, whether it's to get supplies or inventory. So they have been very helpful to my small business. I would like to take this time to congratulate Ariza Credit Union on their 75-year milestone of transforming so many Grenadian lives.
Relax into the comforting scent of Beep Cotton Flower Air Freshener. Put the finishing touch on your personal sanctuary with Beep for a happy, healthy home.
Do you know you can lower your electricity bill by changing the way you do laundry? Front-loader washing machines are designed to reduce electricity and water consumption. When upgrading, buy with this in mind. You can also lower your electricity bill by doing full loads of laundry, using the sunlight to dry your clothes, and ironing in bulk. As an individual consumer, I cannot impact global fuel prices. However, I can ease the burden of rising fuel rates by changing the way I do laundry. What can you do?
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Spare your pocket, spare the earth.
Ho, ho, ho! It's the season to be jolly, and the NLA is giving back loads of prizes to its loyal customers in its exciting Xmas Bonanza promotion. Yes, Grenada! It's your opportunity to win hams and bottles of wine and rum from November 15th to December 31st. Over 450 prizes will be up for grabs during this festive season. Simply purchase a single ticket valued at $12 or more in Lotto, Cash 4, Playway or Pick 3, and check your tickets for the word ham, wine or rum. Play daily for chances to win every day. Prizes are redeemable at NLA's head office on the Carenage on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, starting November 16th, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Must be 18 or older to participate. Terms and conditions apply. NLA, supporting sports, culture, and nation building. Happy Christmas, Grenada! Ho, ho, ho!
Yar, shiver me timbers. What's this? Free tile? Ooh, free tile? We've got to go capture this treasure. Full speed ahead. Yar, with prices like these, there's no need to plunder at all. Free tiles for Christmas is back at Island Style. Yo ho ho! Buy 100 tiles at the regular price, get up to 20 tiles absolutely free! Magnificent! Remember, when you think tile, think Island Style. Yar, maybe I should tell my fellow pirate elf, Captain Jack Sparrow. Oh, I think he's busy fighting monsters these days.
Experienced drivers, you've ruled the road. Now you can enjoy the rewards with Beacon's 50-plus car insurance plan. Get hassle-free sign-up, affordable payment options, and a free windscreen cover. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get driving with Beacon today.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Cash prizes for the best Christmas ever. So we'll make it, hey. Bar playing, hey. Ham and black cake eating. Now this is Christmas.
Get unsecured loans up to $50,000 and a chance to win cash prizes this Christmas at Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Hello again at Television Center. Adrian Francis is the new interim chairman of the board of Grenada Postal Corporation. We get the rest of the details in this report.
For the past 2 months, the board of the Grenada Postal Corporation, GPC, has been headed by the deputy chairman, Mr. Adrian Francis. Francis, who is a retired public officer and past employee of the Postal Corporation, is not new to this, as he has served as chairman on the board from 2008 to 2012. Cabinet, at its meeting on the 19th September 2022, approved the reconstitution of the Grenada Postal Corporation Board for 3 years, from the 12th September 2022 to the 11th September 2025. According to the 18th November 2022 edition of the Government Gazette, the post of chairman is vacant. The notice in the Gazette further stated that Francis would act as the interim chairman until a chairman is appointed. The legislation establishing the GPC says that the board shall be responsible for formulating general policy regarding the functions of the corporation. The corporation, which currently falls under the supervision of the Ministry of Finance, is responsible for providing postal services throughout Grenada so as to satisfy all reasonable demands or anticipated demands for such services on a strictly commercial basis. The board was appointed in September, and as of the 3rd October 2022, the members appointed Rhonda Robinson as the new director of post on a 1-year contract. The position became vacant following the resignation of Roland Bowler, who was appointed to the position in October 2021. The legislation states that the director shall be appointed by the board on such terms and conditions as the board determines, and no person may be appointed to the office of director without the written approval of the minister who is responsible for the operation of the Postal Corporation. Preslina John, GBN News.
As Public Workers Union Week 2022 progresses, health remains an integral part of the activities being organized by the institution. Public Relations Officer at the PWU, Daisy Hazard, says in addition to the Men's Health Fair hosted last Friday, a health and fitness walk is scheduled for Thursday.
On Thursday, we are going to have our health and fitness walk. That will be led by Sensei Melvin Coutain again this year. Junior Murray has also agreed to assist us with that. We are going to have some music on the walk. We have a shorter route and a longer route for those persons who want to show off. And we'll be starting outside the complex at 4 o'clock. Wear white or wear your union t-shirts. At the end of it, we are going to congregate at the Union Hall. So come out, members, on Thursday for that fitness walk and to get some tips on your health and wellness. On Friday, it's a fun day, karaoke evening and fun day at the Union Hall. Come down right after work, come sing, come win a little prize, come show off your talent, come play a game. So that's it for the week of activities. And now
Other news, Agriculture Minister Adrian Thomas says the Diamond Chocolate Factory emulates what the NDC-led administration aims to do when it comes to agro-processing. He made the statement during a recent visit to the factory. More in this report.
According to Minister for Agriculture, Lands, Forestries and Cooperatives, Senator Adrian Thomas, the Diamond Chocolate Factory and its products is a perfect example of what the government intends to do with agro-processing. The Agricultural Minister pledges government support in the future enhancement of the project's agenda. Minister Thomas answered the call of the Grenada Cocoa Association in visiting its chocolate factory in Diamond, St. Mark, to get a first-hand view of its products and operations. Senator Thomas, together with a technical officer and the ministry's public relations team, was granted a tour of the $1 million facility last Thursday.
And I think it's one of the projects that Grenada can use as its flagship in regards to the agro-processing industry that we want to develop in Grenada. So once again, I say thank you very much. And if there's any way that the government can help in building this industry, we'll be happy to help. I asked the question, where will we be in 20 years? Because I'm thinking down the road. And I think this is a golden opportunity for Grenada to really make its name on the international market. And this could be one of the products that are going to carry us. So we will do everything that it takes to make this possible.
The Diamond Chocolate Factory was opened to the public in 2014 and offered a wide variety of chocolate bars, powders, and other cocoa products that are sold both locally and internationally. Member of the Grenada Cocoa Association, Samuel Brathwaite, says the minister's visit shows commitment by government in ensuring that value addition continues to rise in Grenada.
Very early in this time, he come to visit us because they want to see how we can marry agriculture and industry. And it's a real good initiative to come and visit and to ask. In fact, I was really hurt when he asked, how can we help, And so because as an industry, we really cannot do it without government. We need government and we need the approval so we can grow, because we have here what could be a good winner for Grenada. So we are thankful for him being here today.
As the association continues to expand its products offering, plans are afoot to launch to the public its milk chocolate factory. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
The caution from an economist about the implications of pension payouts has garnered public attention. It's even creating a buzz on social media.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter as we're about to highlight them in our Social Buzz report.
While there will be a significant positive impact of pension payout on the Grenadian economy, a local economist is also cautioning that there may be a downside.
Pension payouts are expected to reach in the vicinity of $75 million by year end. That's a significant amount of money that is expected to be injected into Grenada's economy to over 500 pensioners. In light of this, consultant or economist Dr. Stephen Fletcher has shared some likely predictions.
Social media users took to the comment section to share their thoughts about this development. The following views are that of members of the public and not of the Grenada Broadcasting Network. This person said, downside? No. What downside? Marcel added, agree on managing money well. My advice is, do not feed consumerism. Investment has a rippling effect, but be wise. Do not invest in shrimp farms. This person said, economists, please let the pensioners enjoy their hard-earned money. To every positive, there is a negative. Right now, we're moving forward with only positivity. Negativity, please take the back burner. Tekla said, the same money will circulate right back. The people deserve their monies. You are not God. Plant food. We have water. We will survive. This person said, congratulations to the pensioners. The long wait is now over. One of the best financial advices I've received is to invest in instruments that you use or are willing to use in the future. These financial advices could be burdensome at this time for many when you consider consumer habits of earn and spend paycheck by paycheck. That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your Think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
Still ahead, we'll tell you about the inaugural arrival of cruise ships to Grenada. Stay with us.
Have your family or friends ever needed cash now, but you are nowhere close to give it to them directly? With the cardless cash feature from Republic Bank Online and your mobile phone, it is hassle-free and convenient to send money to anyone, including yourself, using the Republic mobile app. Simply log into your account, access the cardless feature, enter the amount you want to transfer, and using the access code provided, the cash can be withdrawn instantly from a designated Republic Bank ATM without a card. Republic Bank Cardless Cash is convenience at your fingertips. To learn more about our cardless cash features, visit republicgrenada.com for more details. Special terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
I want your folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building, and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money day. Gifts of love with trade. Bringing love for you this year. Communion show with that we care. With gifts of love with trade.
It's
your gifts of love for cheer 2.0. 'Tis the season for holly jolly days at the communal. It's all about sharing the warmth of this season with those you love. Getting on this special loan, taking advantage of great interest rates with no principal payments until January 2023. Share the gift of love. Make it a merrier Christmas with the communal. Exciting prizes for members throughout the promotion. For we are your Santa this Christmas. Offer ends January 31st, 2023. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. Grenada has welcomed Ocean Explorer and Avima cruise ships to Grenada. Grenada Tourism Authority is now estimating an 11% increase in cruise calls this year. More in this report.
With the tourism season almost at its peak, executive members of the Grenada Tourism Authority continue to welcome more cruise ship arrivals to the island. Among the recent arrivals were Ocean Explorer and Avima over the weekend, with a special ceremony held to welcome the captains, crews and the passengers to Grenada. Nicoyan Roberts, marketing manager of GTA, spoke of the importance of the new inaugural cruise calls and its impact on Grenada's economy.
This shows the growth that we are seeing within the cruise sector of the tourism industry. This is representative of additional revenue and additional opportunities for new passengers, new cruise passengers to come to Grenada, see what we have to offer, experience our tours, and give our taxi operators and our vendors the ability to earn much needed revenue. The 2022-2023 cruise season, we are seeing a scheduled number of calls of over 200, and this represents an 11% increase on the amount of business, the amount of cruise calls we got last season.
Sheldon Alexander, visual manager for service at George F. Huggins, the agent for the ship, spoke of the ship and its passenger capacity.
Well, these are two very unique ships, totally opposite side of the spectrum. One, it's the Ritz-Carlton Yacht Collection. It's a seven-star vessel, and Ocean Explorer. It's a expedition vessel. We have 269 people on the Ritz-Carlton, and we have 115 people on the Ocean Explorer. The Ocean Explorer, it's a unique vessel. That vessel, as it says, as the word goes, it's an expedition vessel that deals with mainly environmental runs. So from here, they're going to go down South America and then on to Antarctica.
Alexander noted the different tours that were put in place for the passengers to enjoy Grenada.
And we have 105 people on tour of the Ocean Explorer, which they went to the Laura Spice Garden, they went to the rum distillery, and they had an opportunity to see Grenada on a Sunday. We're very happy and thankful to the persons that are in the industry that came out today to ensure that the visitors enjoy themselves. The Ritz-Carlton vessel, it's a bit different. It's more high end, and they are on a different type of tour. They're on the catamaran tours. They went to the Silver Sands, so it's a nice injection.
The captain of Ocean Explorer and Avima were gifted plaques and other items by members of GTA and George F. Huggins to mark the occasion. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Who is Broco? This evening's ISO submission may come as a surprise, as the image differs from the norm. This should pique your interest as we look through the GBN ISO lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISO is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
ISO reporter tonight submitted photographs of his favorite animal in his yard, which was birthed by a sheep. Our citizen journalist said the animal, Broco, inherited his name when he was born due to a disability he had. The animal did not let that keep him down. Right now, he is 6 months and is vibrant and full of energy. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platform.
This is Network News. Coming up from us, the sports news, followed by Around the Globe.
Grenada. The time for the national census is here again. Interviewers will be visiting your homes to gather information about you and your family. The data you provide determines budget allocation for health, grant funding for community projects, and government assistance for families and the elderly. The census is required by law, and so is your participation. We assure you that your information will be kept confidential. Do your part. Stand up and be counted, because we all count in this census. For more information about the census and your participation, contact the Grenada Central Statistical Office at 440-1369 or cso@cso.gov.gd.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Ho, ho, ho! It's the season to be jolly, and the NLA is giving back loads of prizes to its loyal customers in its exciting Xmas Bonanza promotion. Yes, Grenada! It's your opportunity to win hams and bottles of wine and rum from November 15th to December 31st. Over 450 prizes will be up for grabs during this festive season. Simply purchase a single ticket valued at $12 or more in Lotto, Cash 4, Playway, or Pick 3, and check your tickets for the word ham, wine, or rum. Play daily for chances to win every day. Prizes are redeemable at NLA's head office on the Carenage on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, starting November 16th, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Must be 18 or older to participate. Terms and conditions apply. NLA, supporting sports, culture, and nation building. Happy Christmas, Grenada! Ho, ho, ho!
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils, big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so glad to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union introduces its new digital platform, managing your finances at any time from anywhere.
As a part-time student, balancing work and studies can be a real challenge. But with GCCU's digital app, these worries are no more. My parents can now remotely transfer funds to my account, and I can check my balance at any time, giving me the freedom to achieve my goals.
My days can be long and tedious. With this app, I can ensure my loan is paid on time, transfer funds to someone else's account, and check my balances. I don't have to rush to do business during my lunch lunch hour or after work anymore.
With this app, I can request checks to pay my suppliers, letters for my business transactions. I don't have to leave my farm to go stand in line.
The Grenville Credit Union digital platform. It's convenient and secure banking right at your fingertips. Download the app today from the Play Store or App Store or call 442-8602, 459-4325 or 416-8467 for further information.
Hello sporting fans. First off, Saudi Arabia produced one of the biggest shocks in World Cup history as they came from behind to beat Argentina 2-1 in their Group C opener on Tuesday. Argentina, who are one of the favourites to triumph at Qatar 2022, started well at Lusail Stadium and went ahead after 10 minutes courtesy of Lionel Messi's penalty. Lionel Scaloni's men saw 3 efforts ruled out for offside before half-time, a reprieve that Saudi Arabia took full advantage of in the space of 5 minutes early in the second half. In the second match on Tuesday, Denmark were held to a draw by Tunisia in their World Cup opener in raucous atmosphere at the Education City Stadium in Al Rayyan. Despite fielding many Premier League regulars, the much-fancied Danes were given a tough workout in Group D. In the third match, Robert Lewandowski had a penalty saved by Poland, and Mexico played out a goalless World Cup draw at a fervent stadium 9-7-4. Lewandowski has never scored in the tournament, and his wait continues after a team effort was kept out by Mexico's veteran goalkeeper, Guillermo Ochoa. The FIFA World Cup continues on GBN on Wednesday with Morocco to take on Croatia, Germany versus Spain, Germany versus Japan, Spain against Costa Rica, and the Belgium-Canada matchup. Well, here at home, the Wagiti Super Knockout Football Tournament is inching to an exciting climax. Over the weekend, the quarterfinals featured some entertaining matches among some of the top clubs on the island. Game 1 on Saturday saw Hurricanes SC thrash Fontenoy United 4-0, while defending champions FC Camohon crashed out of the tournament in humiliating fashion. A 7-1 loss to Hard Rock SC. Jamil Castle got a hat-trick for Hard Rock SC. Sunday's matchup saw victories for Monkridge SC, who defeated Sab Spartans 2-0, and Paradise FC International, who dominated Blast St. David FC 5-0. We can tell you too, the semi-finals moved to Victoria Park in Grenville this weekend, with Monkridge SC taking on Hard Rock SC from 7 p.m. on Saturday, and Hurricanes SC coming up against rivals Paradise FC International from 9 p.m. Police Sergeant Chris Campbell is the new president of the Grenada Table Tennis Association, GTTA. He was elected unopposed at the GTTA's general meeting and election of officers on Saturday, November 12. He replaces Dr. Alistair Twine. Campbell previously served as vice president for 3 two-year terms. Vice President is Anthony Forsyth, a newcomer to the GTTA executive. Ray Roberts is secretary. Alison Green is assistant secretary. Carl Felix is treasurer. Amanda John is public relations officer. And floor members are Anthony Benjamin, Julian Romaine, Coach Rose Newland, and Trevor Lane. The outgoing executive presented the general meeting with reports reviewing the successes and challenges of the new two-year term. Among the high points, improving the standard of table tennis, coaching and officiating, as well as providing table tennis tables to schools schools and community centres. To date, the GTTA has distributed 13 table tennis boards. The report noted that the biggest challenge is to provide more tables and equipment, as well as coaching for primary school students. The Grenada Table Tennis Association says it is focusing on primary schools to unearth future stars of the game. Moving to cricket now, the Jamaica Scorpions are champions of the 2022 CG United Insurance Super 50 Cup after a 3-wicket win over the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force in the final at the Sir Vivian Richards Cricket Stadium in Antigua on Saturday. Despite cameos from Keon Otley, 33, Yannick Carrier, 43, and Akil Hussain, 37, Red Force could only put on a paltry score of 217 all out. In reply, 50s and a second wicket, 126-run partnership from Chadwick Walton and Andre McCarthy, who ended on 80 and 55 respectively, helped the Jamaica Scorpions win their first CG United Insurance Super 50 Cup since 2012. Skipper Rovman Powell has been speaking about the achievement.
It feels very good, it's my first Super 50 title, and it's the first for Jamaica in over a decade, it's a very, very good feeling.
Now a little bit on your own performance. You end the tournament as the top run scorer in the competition. You've been consistent with the bat throughout. Just a little word on your form and what you've done to improve your game in the 50-over format.
Yeah, I think it's just spending time on the crease. Over the past year or so, I've done a lot of work, especially batting spin. So it's good to see it bearing fruit now. I come in the competition wanting to top the competition, wanting to spend a lot of time on the crease, and I think I did that.
Nicholson Gordon captured 3 wickets and Odin Smith 2 in the final to become joint leading wicket takers for the tournament with Shannon Gabriel.
We're very, very important. Important in the sense where every time I need a breakthrough, I give them the ball and they deliver right throughout the competition, And as a captain, that is very good, when you find bowlers that gives the wicket in crucial time of the game, And both of them have been fantastic throughout the entire competition. Not the most friendly fast bowling wickets, to be honest, but they have been very good.
All right, so take a look now at some highlights.
On aerial, well in front of square again, actually into a wide long on position. 4 runs to Chadwick Walton. Swept hard. 4 runs, Chadwick Walton. Back-to-back 4s. Yannick Carrier under pressure.
Aerial. 6. Poise, temperament and power from Walton. 6 of them. All 4s even. There's no one out there. So lots of boundary riders. Well done, flagman. But not one at deep mid-wicket.
Catch it now.
Short again. There's a man out there this time. Oh my God, it's gone right through his hands. Would you believe it? Darren Bravo out there, and that means Andre McCarthy gets to his first half century of the competition. That could be 6 more. It is.
That was a good one. Cricket, lovely cricket ends the sports news at this time. For the first time, an audio recording has been released of the 5 men speaking inside the pipeline on the day the Paria diving tragedy unfolded. This as the Commission of Inquiry into the incident started. We get more in this report.
As the Commission of Inquiry into the Paria diving tragedy got underway on Monday morning, this recording from the GoPro worn by Kazim Ali Jr. was played. Ali Jr., Faisal Kurban, Rishi Nagasa, Yusuf Henry and Christopher Budram were sucked into a pipeline on February 25th while doing underwater maintenance on Paria Fuel Trading Company's Berth 6 in Pointe-à-Pitre. The pipeline was 36 inches wide, or about the size of this hoop. Counsel to the CEO, Senior Counsel Ramesh Lawrence Maharaj, said the footage recovered from Ali Jr.'s GoPro was almost 7 minutes long.
Everything all right with you? No. Any leg break? Your leg, all right. Fight. Anything happen to you? Yeah. A fight? No way. God, anything happen to you? Yusuf, anything happen to you? Yeah, boy. What happened?
As Maharaj revealed details of the tragic incident, the Commission's chairman, King's Counsel Jerome Lynn, interjected.
So for 3 hours, no one, or they at least, did not consider that any of the divers were actually inside the pipe.
Correct, Mr.
So they were just looking in the ocean.
According to the evidence, correct.
Right. 3 hours.
Yeah.
And what triggered them to believe that they might be inside the pipe was the fact that Mr. Budram came out of it.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Lynch has warned the attorneys for the different stakeholders to be sensitive when they cross-examine Budram, who is expected to be the first witness to give evidence in the inquiry. Lynch will lead a team from the Commission to visit the site of the tragedy on Thursday morning.
St. Lucia's Prime Minister Philip J. Pear spoke to the spectre of the fear of crime as well as scaremongering regarding criminal activity. He made the remarks at the pre-cabinet press briefing on Monday. HTS has more.
There seems to be a pandemic of crime. A pandemic of crime. As you said for yourself, Jamaica just passed it. Barbados has issues. There's a pandemic, and I think the next CARICOM heads of government ministers, prime ministers have to sit down and make the discussion of crime a priority.
There is evidence to suggest that crime numbers increased during the pandemic worldwide. But did the pandemic keep some offences under wraps? Although St. Lucia has recorded one of its most violent periods in the past 5 years dating back to 2017, some also argue that crime numbers also soared following the relaxation of pandemic restrictions and protocols. Prime Minister Philip J. Pear, who has expressed concern about the crime levels, also urged individuals to refrain from fear-mongering.
The crime situation is something none of us are happy about. It must improve. But we cannot create an environment of fear in the country. That's what I was saying. An environment of fear doesn't help anybody. We have to be alert. Law enforcement must do all they can do. We as citizens must do all we can do, but we cannot create an environment of fear. That's all I was saying.
The Japanese government has begun an official investigation into the Unification Church months after former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was shot dead, allegedly by a man who had a grudge against the group. There have been recent revelations about links between the religious group and the governing Liberal Democratic Party. The church has been under scrutiny since Abe's assassination in July, with the suspect saying his family had been bankrupted by donations to the group. Details from the BBC.
I think this is really a
This is all part of the fallout from the killing of former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe back in July, when he was shot at an election rally down in western Japan. And the man who is alleged to the chief suspect in killing him has told police that he did so because it was revenge, essentially, for he had held a grudge against the Unification Church for many years because he said his mother had handed over pretty much his family's wealth and property to the church and had bankrupted the family, left it destitute, and so he held this grudge against the church, and he alleged that Mr. Abe had close ties to the Unification Church, and since that story has sort of come out, we've just had this sort of huge revelations about just how close the Unification Church's ties to the ruling Liberal Democratic Party here in Japan are.
A reminder of the headlines after this. A reminder of the headlines: loss and damage call at COP27 seemingly answered. Messages of hope are being inscribed as part of 16 days of activism. Another family is reeling while calls are being made for blood donation for road accident victim. Carmen Thomas. Grenada Postal Corporation appoints an interim chairman. In Around the Globe regionally, Commission of Inquiry hears last words of the 5 men in Paria diving tragedy in Trinidad. Internationally, Japan begins investigation into church in wake of Shinzo Abe killing. Plus in the sports news, one of the World Cup's biggest shocks, while Wagiti Super Knockout Football Tournament heads into the semi-final stage. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Kenroy, Baptiste in the Grenadian capital. Thanks for joining us. Good night.
If there was ever a time to keep and stay healthy, it's now.